We have a very disturbing story about the death of a young American woman in Mexico.
Tonight, officials in Mexico issuing an arrest warrant related to the investigation into the mysterious death of a 25-year-old American tourist last month.
Imagine going on vacation with your friends, going completely all out by getting a beautiful vacation rental and a private chef just to celebrate. You were just talking to your parents hours before, and then hours later your parents were told that you were sick, and then you came home in a body bag. Not only are your friends apparently shocked at your death, but your parents are so confused as to how, because you had just spoken with them a few hours prior and seemed fine. This was the weird case of Shanquella Robinson, and the whole world was stunned by this case. Now, right before Robinson's passing, doctors came into the vacation rental to help her after she allegedly, quote-unquote, was sick. Doctors said that she was dehydrated, couldn't speak, and appeared to be drunk. And the friends called it alcohol poisoning. The friends apparently urged the doctor to not take Robinson to the hospital, but to treat her at the rental without any of the gear other than an IV, really. After Shanquella was pronounced dead, the death certificate came out, and then everything changed. The reason for the death actually changed. Alcohol was no longer in the conversation because the autopsy found spinal cord injury and neck trauma. Did she fall after drinking too much? Soon after security footage came out, hours before the death and before the doctors arrived, we could see Robinson getting beaten up by someone. Media called it a fight that occurred, but Robinson's mother said that this was not a fight because, as we can see, Robinson never fought back. The whole doctors being forced to treat Robinson at the rental should have been the first red flag to the media, because they obviously knew if Robinson went to the hospital, the doctors would do a scan and the whole 9 yards on her body and possibly see bruising and all that. But by treating her at the rental, the only story that the doctors can go by would be the ones that the friends told, meaning the doctors would not have been able to treat Robinson correctly and actually help her. Robinson didn't need an IV and possibly needed surgery or put on life support. The case is extremely upsetting, as crimes against female black women are never taken seriously, and oftentimes what would be considered a homicide can often be looked at as an accident. Robinson's death would have been considered her own fault if it was not looked into, and the reason it was finally looked into was because the parents pushed for it, not from any of the police officers, and the person beating her would have gotten away and allowed to hurt other people. As of now, an arrest warrant was made out, and if the person is caught, they will spend time in a Mexican jail. And let's say Mexican jail is no pretty sight. Inmates are often allowed to carry weapons and guns on them. Until justice is found, I think we are all going to continue to fight for the rights of not only Robinson, but any other victims that are often overlooked. See you in the next one.